All right, everyone, welcome to Mommy Talk Show. We are doing this interview on Facebook and YouTube. October is National Women's Small Business Month, and I wanted to feature a friend and someone I've worked with before because she is a small business owner here in Atlanta. So I want to introduce Jamie Manangan from Map of Home. Say hi.
Hi, Joyce. Thanks so much for having me today.
So I know you are a small business owner. You also co-own your business with your husband. So can you tell people what Map of Home is?
So, Map of Home is we call ourselves a cartographic design company. Cartography is just a fancy word for saying you make maps. And we make what we call map art. So, we take real geographic information data and put it into our software and play around with different designs and just try to make them look still informational, but also beautiful to function as art for your home.
And I know of course, we go to church together, but even outside of church, I've seen you at festivals and fairs. And due to the pandemic, I know that has probably not been as available to you as it has been in the past to sell your maps and designs. So, how are you handling that?
With a few tears and just really we're so busy with the kids during this time that is kind of there's not a lot of time to think about it that much. But when the weekends have come up when we would have had a big event, it is it's sad. It's you have sorrow for missing not just the events, but seeing your friends and my other fellow artists that I always see at the same events. Like at MM Park, I'm always set up on the same women's corner, we call it, with 3 other women artists. And that's the only time I see them, once a year. So just kind of missing that community, the sense of community. But a big thing I've noticed for us is without those deadlines and working up to the event, we end up not completing things. So my husband and I work together, and I might have a lot of design ideas that I'm kind of working on a little bit throughout the year, all the time, notebooks filled up with different ideas. But in the weeks leading up to Inman Park, we're going to binge create and like throw all the hours we can at finishing things out. So I have noticed that I am not good at creating in the edges of time and trying to figure out, well, when can there is no time to binge on that with the boys here and homeschooling. And I know a lot of people are trying to figure things out. And I just feel like every month I'm like, okay, I'll do it this way this month, but I just can't seem to get on top of it. I don't know. It's different. Everything's just different, Joyce.
I know. Well, first, do you have a design that you can show people right now?
Oh, sure. I have this is one of my favorites. It's a little, a 45. So we put the different music venues in Athens. We both went to school in Athens. So this one I like a lot. It's a good seller for us. And then we have kind of our basic designs that a lot of realtors use as realtor gifts. We make those. A lot of those are for Atlanta, but we've done them for kind of all over the place. Germany, all different cities all over the world. So
the good thing is that we have so many unique neighborhoods, even in Atlanta. I know you can do maps everywhere, but I'm sure a good bulk of your things are here in Atlanta because although you're not doing festivals and fairs, what's it like in some of the retail shops that your maps are in?
So everything shut down for a while completely, like for everyone else. And then a couple of the stores shut permanently. They just couldn't survive it. And that's to be expected, I guess. And that's happening for everyone. But now things have picked back up. Shopping's not the same. People are wearing masks in limited numbers in the stores. But I did speak to a shop owner this week. She wanted me to send in kind of the same level of stuff I would have sent in last year. And so they're optimistic, that for the holidays, things are going to pick up. And I have to be optimistic with them. And and just try your best and see what happens.
Well, like you talked about, you have three sons who are home. You're working, your husband's working. We're all trying to juggle. And I even wrote something on my blog. I posted it yesterday, and I asked the question, is work-life balance permanently gone for mothers now? Because 1 in 4 women left their jobs in September, Jamie. Does that number surprise you that women were like, you know what? I can't even deal and I have to exit myself from this equation when it comes to working outside my home?
Right. I very early on was like, I don't know how people are doing this if they have a job that they have to go be present at, in person in an office or wherever. I don't understand how people could do it and teach your kids. I mean, it's just impossible. And I have a neighbor who is a single mom. She works from home, but she has a 1-year-old and a 4-year-old. Well, I mean, it's just a level of impossibility. And some employers are great about that and some are not. So I'm thankful that I'm not the only breadwinner in this house. And that has been a huge blessing for us that my husband already has a stable job. But I know so many people where that was not the case. So I mean, women carry the bulk of a lot of things anyway. So add in this and I just feel for everybody. I don't know.
It definitely is rough. So when you have a moment, Jamie, go to the blog post. Let me know what you think because I respect your opinion. You are a woman business owner. Although you don't work full time outside the home, I, like everyone else, I feel like I'm juggling. Like something is going to kind of lose out in this equation because there's only so much of me to go around. So in case anybody is just tuning in, I'm talking to Jamie from Map of Home. She owns a map and design company is the easiest way to describe it. Jamie and I go to church together. We've been in small group together. I miss seeing you in the church lobby, saying hi to guests and people.
Yeah, I really miss it. I mean, it's so good to see your face on here today. I miss you.
I miss you too. I know it's rough. It's rough on the kids too. Can we talk a little bit about being a woman business owner? Of course, post-pandemic, there's been discussions about equity when it comes to race, when it comes to gender, and where money is, who got funding after the pandemic and things like that. What kind of struggles have you encountered as a woman business owner? I know the pandemic has affected you because, like you said, the stores are closed, but any other struggles that you found in either explaining your business, pitching your business, marketing, growth, anything like that?
Well, I'm trying to think for a minute. I have not been all in with the business since the pandemic started. So I haven't had too many negative things happen like that. And in the past, when I've applied for anything, like a long time ago when I was applying for grad school or even undergrad, I would just put my name, Jamie, before it was my maiden name, but Jamie, my first name is spelled with what's typically known as the male spelling of that name.
Oh, yeah.
And so I don't know if this is going off topic, but I would just use that and not put my middle name, and people would not know if I was a boy or a girl, right? Or they would assume I was a boy. And I do think that would help me in the past, maybe get an interview or something even. And I don't think you could do that. I don't think I had that option when I was applying for small business loans or anything like that. I think they know all about you at this point. But yeah, so I haven't really struggled with that at this point because of my sort of not even doing anything with my business as much as I was before. Maybe part of that,
Well, I know some of the stores that you sell your maps in are those are most of those owned by women?
Yes, a lot of those are owned by women. That's right, Joyce. And just the artist world in general. Now, I'm not trying to get into galleries and stuff like that. So I don't know who owns the galleries in Atlanta, or I don't know much about that world. But yes, a lot of my shops are owned by women. And also just a lot of my fellow artist friends are women. So the artist world in general has been a very safe, comfortable place for me as compared to when I was in school. I was in the School of Forestry, and it was very male dominated. And it was just a very different feeling than, this world that I'm in now.
Do you feel like the women are more supportive? What energy do you notice is different?
Yes, the women are definitely more supportive, but also the men too, really, because it's an artist world. So all the artists are generally sensitive and supportive of each other in a big way, because whatever you put out there, it's like, your heart on your sleeve. This is something I worked on, and it's not a competitive feeling to me. It's always been very supportive, men and women. And as you know, Ari designs with me. He's my husband. And then I also have a helper, Pete, who's always been very supportive and helpful. And I haven't had, back when we did shows in person, Joyce, one funny thing that would happen a lot, and this is not like a crazy negative thing, it's just kind of a thing I noticed always happening in our booth. If Pete and I were standing beside each other, or Ari and I were standing beside each other, people would come in the booth and they would always assume that the man was running the show.
Can you see my eye roll, Jamie?
I know. This was not, listen, compared to what happens to people, this is just a very minor thing. I just finally was like, really, it happened all the time. They would just immediately direct their questions to the man beside me. We would both be standing right there, front and center. And I finally had to realize, obviously there's some sexist things going on here, but I need to project more. Like, I need to be up front more. I need to look in charge. I had to kind of do that also, and not shrink back, and, just be more present, I guess. Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense. Just so you know, I've had people tell me, oh my gosh, your videos are so good. Your husband does such a good job editing them. And I said, my husband does not edit most of my videos. I do. Mm-hmm. And another woman said that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it was women and men across the board. It was not just men.
I was like, girl, I have a master's degree and an Emmy Award too. He's not the only person in this house who can shoot and edit videos.
That's right.
But that is something that, as women who are even the face of our business, and I know you're not as much of the face as, I am in talking to people, but you are, the lead designer, and, you do the bulk of the work for the business, and it's just frustrating. So I just want you to know that I see you and I recognize you.
Thank you, Joyce. And I had to kind of kick myself about it and really be more aggressive about, no, I'm here, I did this. And that's a whole other issue, is like being able to take credit for your work and also, put it out there and be proud of it. So, yeah.
So Jamie, tell people where they can see more of your designs and how they can follow you online if they would like to purchase or even ask for a custom design. I know you have some designs that are already done. And then of course, if people want to like reminisce about their hometown or where they grew up, or order something for a friend, how can they connect with you?
They can find us on mapofhome.com. That will take you right to our Etsy shop, and you can message us through that. And that's the best way to contact us. We do a lot of custom work, especially recently, which has been nice. I feel like people are really trying to shop small and support small business, and I'm getting some interesting orders that way. So it's been great. I feel the support that way.
I think people are also investing in their homes and realizing they're going to spend more time here. They want to look around things. They want to see things that bring them joy in their homes, Jamie.
Yes, I think you're right. We've definitely been trying to do things around here. So, and you're in your new home, so that must be amazing.
It's a good feeling, but like, you have shelves. We have all these
soon.
walls and we're like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna put here? What's gonna go there? So what is your outlook for the holiday season in selling your designs?
We have, I mean, like I said, we're going to try to just be really optimistic. Things have been picking up for our store sales, and we're just going to hope that continues. And a lot of the stores are trying to also offer order online, curbside pickup, that kind of thing. So we're just hoping that that continues and that people are consciously trying to shop small and support local and that kind of thing.
Give me a couple of the stores that you're in, like nearby in DeKalb and Atlanta where people could go to.
Homegrown in Decatur is a really great shop. They have so many local artists. It's easy to get to right in downtown Decatur. I know they're requiring masks and limiting the number of people in. Also, Garage Door Studios in Avondale Estates. We're also in Crafted. She's got a few locations. And yeah, if you look online, I used to have a list of all the shops you can check out. And that also, it's really easy to order from me.
Right. And your husband is watching, Jamie. He just posted.
Oh. Hi, Ari.
Hi, Ari. I was just telling Jamie how much I miss seeing you guys in the lobby at church, greeting guests, even though I'm not a guest. It's still just that wonderful feeling of, just seeing your people.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I miss seeing you. I want to wish you a wonderfully successful National Women's Small Business Month, Jamie.
Thank you. You too.
If there's anything else that we can do to support you and tell people about your designs, please let me know. And folks can you can leave a link or whatever. You can still go on the Mommy Talk Show page and leave comments and links where folks want to find you if they'd like to see your designs, or of course, order a custom design, which I think is probably the most fun for you to do.
Yes, I do enjoy a good custom. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me today, Joyce.
And I know you were nervous and you did a great job.
How did you know? You know me.
All right. Thanks everyone for watching. Please connect with Map of Home. Like Jamie said, mapofhome.com directs you right to their Etsy site. You can see more of their designs and order a custom design, which can give you a map of what any place in the world that you can think of, your hometown, your college town, where your parents grew up, all of those things. Right, Jamie?
That's right. You're such a good commercial for me, Joyce. I love that. Love it. Thank you.
You're welcome. See everybody soon.